Hey there, mystic friends. Welcome to my Mars Square the Nodes astrological forecast for all 12 signs. I'm Patricia Tate, your astrologer, blending traditional Western and evolutionary astrology techniques in order to guide you through this month's powerful transit. If you are new here, welcome to the family. I invite you to explore more about my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. For my returning viewers, thank you so much for your continued support. It is a joy to navigate this universe together with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share as we dive into this month's cosmic current events. On September 15th, 2024, Mars is going to square the lunar nodes. Now, this is going to create tension between our past actions and our future growth. Mars is the planet of action and drive and assertiveness. It governs how we pursue our goals, how we handle conflict, how we express our desires. Mars is the energy that truly pushes us and motivates us to move forward, to achieve things, whether it's through direct confrontation or competition or simply just taking the initiative. On a deeper level, Mars represents our instinctual reactions, how we assert ourselves and our will in this world. Mars also rules aggression, impatience, impulsive behavior, and when it's not used constructively. So during this transit, how you manage Mars's assertiveness and sometimes combative energy can really become critical in how you navigate these challenges of the square aspect. Now, the lunar nodes, they always represent a karmic axis. The south node, it represents or signifies our past tendencies, our habits, and in the areas where we feel most comfortable, where we're drawn to, but we need to go, move on, and grow beyond. Now, the north node represents our soul's evolutionary direction, our destiny, the future path that we're meant to pursue with growth and fulfillment. So when the planet squares our nodes, it creates this moment of friction or tension between the past and the future, forcing us to confront any of our unresolved issues. So when Mars forms the square to the nodes, it's really activating a karmic tension. It brings our past conflicts from our south node to the surface, and it challenges you to take action towards your future path, your north node. This aspect is often like this moment of crisis, or it's a turning point where you have to resolve some of your past patterns that have been holding you back. Now, the energy of Mars, it really demands immediate action. Mars is impulsive, but how we act, whether impulsively or mindfully, is going to determine how you align with your growth or you fall back into bad habits. With this transit, Mars is going to be in the watery sign of Cancer, which adds to the specific flavor of the energy of the square. Mars in Cancer is emotionally driven. It, instead of acting directly and assertively like Mars in Aries would do, Mars in Cancer, it tends to act based on your emotional needs, often defensively and protectively. Cancer is associated with the home, family, emotional security. So when Mars is in the sign that tends to react with these areas that feel threatened, it acts more like the crab. So this can create these challenges of Mars's aggression, which can be action-oriented energy that becomes more inwardly focused, sometimes manifesting as passive-aggressive or emotional outbursts. These challenges during this transit, they can be channeled, this emotional energy in a productive way, rather than allowing the frustration to bubble up inside of you and become a defensiveness and allowing that to take over. Expect emotional conflicts to be tied to past behaviors or any unresolved family issues. That's your south node. That this could be likely to surface. Mars in Cancer, it can cause you to act based on your emotional feelings and reactions. So be on the lookout for impulsiveness, especially when it comes to defending loved ones or your emotional boundaries. The goal is to use Mars's passion and drive in order to act more in alignment with your future growth, of your North Node and not to fall back on these reactive patterns that come from your past. The transit is offering you a chance to look for deeper emotional healing if you can work through the conflicts mindfully rather than reacting impulsively. So at this time, be mindful of your actions, because Mars squares often create this sense of urgency. Take time to reflect on where are your actions coming from. Are they based on emotional reactions, or are they aligned with your future path? Focus on emotional healing, because Cancer is tied to home and family. So this transit can bring up any unresolved familial issues and or your emotional wounding. So use Mars's energy to address these areas and look with courage and intention rather than letting the past hurts dictate and rule over your actions. Avoid the impulsive reactions, because Mars in Cancer can really lead to overreaction, where emotions can run high or take over. If possible, take a step back before making any decisions in order to ensure that you're acting from a place of balance, not emotional impulsivity. This Mars square the nodes transit is this powerful moment of karmic growth, especially when channeled constructively. It's going to offer you a chance to address any unresolved issues from your past in order for you to take the decisive action to emotionally mature and take these steps towards your future growth. Offerings this month. I hope that you can join my Patreon for exclusive astrological content. There's a free week trial membership. As a member, you can gain access to ad-free videos, early forecasts, and monthly live astrology and tarot Zoom sessions. It's a perfect space if you're ready to dive in deeper to celestial current events in order to help guide your life. Go to the link below in the description and explore all the membership tiers and benefits. I have a special for Libra, celebrating your birthday with a personalized solar return. So you can use the code Libra10 at checkout, as this is a limited time discount. Schedule your appointment today and discover what the universe has in store for you for your year ahead. Additionally, I'm offering live astrology consultations for the new moon and full moon every other Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So reserve your spot and get in the queue. Spaces fill up fast, so be sure to sign up using the link below. I look forward to connecting with all of you and helping you to navigate your unique journey. So let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, it's always important for you to follow Mars, since it is your chart ruler. And so Mars is going to be in your 4th house, which is a focus on home and family, your living situation, roots, foundation, emotional security, and your North Node is in your 1st house of self. It's your identity. It's who you are. It's your sense of power. And the South Node is in your 7th house of you plus somebody else. I call it the +1 house. It's you with partnership with business and clients and significant others. The 7th house is the house also of open enemies and exes. So it can include love and contractual agreements, and it's social contracts and promises. So the focus being on home, family, emotional security, self, identity, and relationships. All of these topics are going to now come into play. Mars being in your 4th house, it's going to intensify these issues that are surrounding your home, your family life, the 4th of your living situation. It's your emotional foundation. You might feel driven to truly assert yourself within your family, or past family conflicts may now resurface. The North Node in the North Node in your 1st house and the South Node in your 7th house, it's asking you to grow through partnerships and reminding you of your past patterns of yourself and your focus on your identity of who you are. This is going to be a time for you to find this balance between what are your personal needs versus those of your partner, or those of clients or business partner, or the house of other. This is going to be a time to find this balance between your personal needs, those of others, and how do you resolve the emotional and the family baggage that sometimes comes with it. It's crucial to avoid acting or reacting impulsively to these family members instead of focusing on building your emotional security. The Mars squaring the nodes in both of these houses is this powerful moment of karmic growth where you can channel it constructively and address the unresolved issues that have been below the surface that now can come bubbling up, and now take this decisive Mars action and emotionally mature steps towards your growth. So Aries, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Join me live on Tuesdays for my new moon and full moon astrology forecast. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter so you never miss out on the latest updates and insights. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, Mars is in your third house of communication. The third house represents siblings and neighbors and cousins, and it's like your immediate community. It's who you communicate with on a day-to-day basis. So this could be the grocery store or with work relationships. It's where you formulate your thoughts, your language, and where you gain information through media or conversation, and where you disseminate it and share it again with other people. The square comes with the North Node in your 12th house, which is your subconscious patterns. It's the house of the unknown. It's the house of isolation or karma. The 12th house is where how we deal with our subconscious issues, angels, guides, intuition, dreams, anything that is beyond the veil or hidden through dreams or not of the earthly realm. Your South Node is in the sign of Libra, which is in your 6th house of your day-to-day living, your health, your mind, body, spirit connection. And so having the square here with Mars in your 3rd house, it really is going to help you to sharpen your communication style, making you more direct, more assertive in the way that you speak and share ideas, the way that you communicate. This could be through direct communication or phone or email or text or through coursework. You might experience conflicts with siblings or neighbors or in your everyday interactions with people. Your South and North Node are going to be pulling in your bad habits, possibly, or old subconscious patterns, while pushing you towards this focus of how do I go within, how do I follow my intuition, what does my gut say. Having this balance between my day-to-day living, the energy that I give to others, it's how do I take care of myself, what do I give of to others, and how do I confront old patterns of where I've given too much, or mental, emotional, physical, spiritual patterns or bad habits, especially when they interfere with your day-to-day living or your mind, body, spirit connection. It's an opportunity for you to push through and resolve any communication issues that could be the key to you moving forward more in your personal and your work life. The Mars squaring the nodes in these two areas of your life, these two houses, is offering a powerful moment of karmic growth. The 12th house is how we heal and renew. It's releasing karmic debts. It's removing. And the North Node is saying this is where you need to move towards. The 12th house is the house of the broken record, where people have said things to us and we put it on repeat, or that we say it to ourselves. It's the house where we go to withdraw. It's the house of affliction. And how do you release and relieve yourself from either the afflictions that other people have put upon you or that you have put upon yourself? So Taurus, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology content. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you are looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, Mars is currently in your second house of your personal resources. It's your money, your finances, your cash, your property. The second house revolves around everything that has to do with you personally and your values, your opinions. It's what do you need in order to feel safe and secure. It's your personal resources and how you support yourself. The square comes with the North Node in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. Who do you align yourself with and who do you network with? And the South Node in your 5th house of creative expression. This could be children or lovers. The 5th house is the house of where you invest your time, effort, or money, but it's also where you express yourself creatively with art or music or where you're willing to take a risk. It's about love that's given. It's tapping into the inner child. So having a square brings about topics of finances, your personal values, and your social circles, your creative expression, and this push for where you want to take action around your finances and your self-worth. You may feel this need or desire to possibly defend your values or your personal resources that could lead to some potential conflicts between either with your children or with coworkers or with people that you are aligned with for being goal-oriented or goal-driven. Remember that the 11th house is your networking. It's your community. It's also your peers. Having the conflict go on between these two areas of your house, it encourages you to reconsider your involvement possibly in specific social circles or groups and inviting you to tap into creative outlets or possibly look at new groups or social situations and look at what are your personal passions. This transit's going to be an opportunity for you to truly reassess what do you value the most financially, personally. What are your skill sets? What do you bring to the table? How can you balance this with your social circle, your creative life, and your passions and your desires? This Mars square the nodes in these two areas of your life brings about this powerful moment of karmic growth where you can channel the energy constructively and address any unresolved issues between these two areas of your life that bring about past issues and wanting to take initiative and dive into where you're supposed to be going and making sure that you are focusing on your wants, your needs, your desires first so you can move forward emotionally with mature steps towards future growth. So Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I offer full moon and new moon astrology forecast. For exclusive content and deeper insights, you can check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, this is really important because Mars is currently in your first house of self. So we know that this is an identity crisis within you. The first house revolves around your appearance, your personality, your defense mechanism. It's the energy or the vibes that you give off to other people. The first house is you being seen. It's your outlook. It's you. It's yourself. The square comes between the North Node at the top of your chart in your career sector, your job, your responsibility, authority figures. The 10th house is about what you want to achieve and how you want to be known, and it's the legacy that you want to leave behind. The South Node is in your 4th house of home, your family life. The fourth house brings in topics that have to do with your living situation, people who feel like family. It's your foundation. So we have you squaring the foundation of which you build your life upon and the career and where you want to go or be known for in your life, and this tension between these two areas. So with Mars in your first house, you might feel driven to assert yourself more aggressively. This can lead to tension if you are not careful about how you express this energy, because it's you being passionate, you being driven, you like, how do I stop myself from this impulsive action? Having the North Node in your 10th house is really urging you to focus on your career growth, your public life, how people see you. Having the South Node in your 4th house is truly asking you to release your old family patterns. What can you now let go of? Release some of the responsibilities that you've had with family. This transit is challenging you to truly find the balance between what are your personal needs, your personal ambitions, and your family responsibilities. It's going to be essential for you to be mindful of how you handle these conflicts between your home and your work life, ensuring that you act from a place of emotional maturity. The Mars squaring the nodes between your home and your career is going to be this powerful moment of karmic growth, of releasing what has been holding you back in order for you to achieve what you want to grow and evolve into, especially if you can like channel this constructively. This is going to offer you this chance to address any unresolved issues that might come from home or family or from the past, or past issues that can come bubbling up to the surface, in order for you to take this decisive action, emotionally mature steps in order for you to move forward for your future growth. So Cancer, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the links below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, Mars is currently transiting into your 12th house. The 12th house is the hidden house for you. It is your dreams, your intuition, subconscious patterns. The 12th house is where we go within to isolate. It usually represents institutions, hospitalizations. It's also karma and it's mystical experiences. It's where we tap into our psychic abilities or into a connection to the spiritual realm. Mars is going to be in a square to your North Node that is in your 9th house, which is your spiritual growth, your beliefs, your connection to other people, like cross-cultural experiences. It's the house of publishing and the house of legal matters. The South Node is in your 3rd house of communication with neighbors and siblings and cousins and who you communicate with on a day-to-day basis. And so the main topics are going to be revolving around your subconscious patterns, your spiritual growth versus your beliefs and your communication with others. Having Mars in your 12th house is really going to stir up your subconscious frustrations, possibly leading to this internal conflict or a sense of feeling blocked or stopped or halted. And so you might find yourself wrestling with your hidden fears, or that these unresolved issues from your past now come bubbling up to the surface. The North Node in your 9th house is really encouraging you to focus on expanding your worldview through travel or education or spiritual exploration, while the South Node in your 3rd house is going to highlight old communication patterns that need to now be released. This is going to be a time that you can confront your inner fears, you can find new ways of communicating and sharing your belief system and your ideas. The Mars squaring the nodes with your 3rd and your 9th house is going to be this powerful moment of karmic growth for you to release and heal from what has been holding you back within your subconscious, possibly tapping into the mystical experiences that can come from being aligned with your true path. Especially if you can channel this constructively, it's going to offer you this chance or opportunity to address any unresolved issues that come from your past and take decisive, emotionally mature steps to move towards future growth. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, Mars is currently moving through your 11th house. And for you, this is your social networking house. It's the house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. It's your star family. It is teams and peers. It's where we have shared creativity. It's our social circle. It's where you go to connect with others and where we go to share the experience and move forward. And it's where people can support us with our growth. And so Mars is square with the North Node that's in your 8th house of your shared resources. Now, the shared resources can come in the form of your business partner, your significant other. This can also be family members. If it's deep psychological bonding can be found here. The 8th house is also taboo topics, and it can be exes because of alimony and child support. The South Node in your 2nd house of your personal resources brings about money, finances, cash, property, how you support yourself. Having Mars in your 11th house brings about for you this assertive energy in your social circles and your group associations or your affiliations, where you might feel driven to possibly take charge or take over or take the initiative of some group projects or of networking situations. Now, I'm encouraging you to be mindful of potential conflicts that come within friends or colleagues at this time, because the North Node in your 8th house is really pushing you for these deep emotional transformation experiences that come with shared resources and intimacy, while having your South Node in your 2nd house is encouraging you to rethink your attachment to your personal possessions, your self-worth. This transit is challenging you to find this balance between what are your social obligations and your personal financial stability, and how do you feel about this? The Mars squaring the nodes in these two areas of your life is going to be this powerful moment of karmic growth for you, especially if you can channel it constructively, of taking the initiative at the right time. It's going to offer you this chance to move forward with unresolved issues that could include your self-worth and your passions and your desires, and issues that come from your past where you need to take decisive, emotionally mature steps towards your future growth. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer live full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter so you never miss out on the latest updates and insights. So for Libra Sun and Libra Rising, I really think that this is very powerful for you, because Mars is at the top of your chart in your 10th house of your career, your reputation, authority figures. It's your public image. The 10th house is the top of your chart where other people see you. It is in a square with the North Node in your partnership sector. The 7th house represents you plus other people. So this could be a business partner, significant other. I'm going to add in friends, open enemies, and exes. The 7th house is where we have these contractual agreements, and it's where we handle conflict and legal matters and sign contracts and negotiate. The South Node is in your 1st house of you. This is about your identity, your desires, your interests, your appearance, you being seen. And so the focus being on your career, your public image, and your relationship versus yourself and identity is now going to bubble up to the surface. Having Mars in your 10th house is really going to make you ambitious and goal-driven in order to succeed in your career. But it can also lead to some conflicts with authority figures or within your professional life or with professional peers. The North Node in your 7th house is inviting you to grow through relationships and partnerships, while the South Node in your 1st house is asking you to let go of self-centered ego tendencies. This transit is encouraging you to focus on how your career, your ambitious impact, your partnerships, and your personal identity can push you to truly find this personal balance within who you are and your professional goals. Mars at the top of your chart, squaring the nodes between you and others, is going to be this powerful moment of karmic growth that you're going to want to push through and channel the energy constructively. It's going to offer you this chance to address any unresolved issues of power and control, and something that could come up from the past that you're going to want to take decisive action on and work through with emotional maturity, with steps towards your future growth. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer live full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, Mars is your chart ruler, so it's always important for you to follow. You have two chart rulers, the modern and the traditional, and so that's Pluto and Mars. And so for Mars, it is now in your 9th house. And so it's your beliefs, it's your connection to cross-cultural experiences with other people, places, and things. It's diving into religion and spirituality, legal matters, having things published. Having Mars here squaring your south node in your 12th house. The 12th house is your subconscious patterns. It's karmic debts. It's where we go to heal and renew. It's our dreams, our intuition. It's our connection to the other spiritual realm, or our intuition, or angels and guides. The north node in your 6th house brings about topics of your day-to-day work and health, mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, and needing to find a balance between all of this. It's needing to focus on how do you take the initiative within your belief system. Having Mars in your 9th house is really energizing your pursuit for knowledge, wisdom, travel, exploration, basically diving into your belief system, wanting to understand greater things. And so you might find yourself in a conflict with others over differing views. The North Node in your 6th house directs you to focus inward towards your day-to-day routines and your mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being, while the South Node in your 12th house is asking you to let go and release these old fears of self-sabotage, addiction, any of these unhealthy behaviors. It's like let go, let flow, release. This is going to be a time that you're going to be able to balance your desire for personal growth with the practical demands of your daily life and your health. The Mars squaring the nodes within these two areas of your life is going to bring about this powerful moment of karmic growth, of releasing what has been holding you back, the broken record, the mind, your subconscious mind of what other people have told you or what you believe, in order for you to release and heal and renew and clear out your basement and grow towards a better gift to yourself of mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health and well-being, making yourself a priority. This is going to be a beautiful opportunity if you can channel it constructively. It's going to offer you this chance to address any unresolved issues from your past and take the decisive action and the mature steps towards your future growth. So Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology forecasts. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, you have Mars moving through your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of shared resources. It's intimacy. It's deep bonding. It's you with your investments, whether they're emotional or financial, combined with other people. Mars is in a square with the South Node in your 11th house of social groups. It's the house of networking, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and with the North Node in your 5th house of creativity, or children or lovers, or the areas of your life where you want to tap into your inner child, or the house of where I want to take a risk or gamble on something. So having Mars in your 8th house in a square, it stirs up this intense energy around your shared finances, intimacy, deep emotional connections that you have either with family or with lovers or with exes, or with where you are vested and you feel like your resources are connected to. You might feel driven to assert control in these areas of your life. Having the South Node in your 11th house is encouraging you to let go of any social obligations that no longer serve you. And having the North Node in your 5th house is inviting you to focus on your creative self-expression, your personal joy, tapping into what brings you pleasure. This transit is challenging you to navigate the power dynamics of shared responsibilities while fostering your personal creativity. Having Mars square the nodes in these areas of your life is offering you this moment of karmic growth, of release and let go of the pain that's holding you back, especially when it's channeled creatively. It's where do I feel that I have these obligations and where do I want to go for pleasure and joy? It's wanting to live for today. This is going to be offering you a chance to address any unresolved issues that come from your past, to take the decisive emotional, mature steps towards your future growth. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content, please check out my Patreon community using the links below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, Mars is currently in your partnership sector. The 7th house revolves around topics of you plus somebody else, a business partner, significant other, a client. The 7th house is the house of collaboration and where you work with somebody else. And so it's partnerships. Now, the South Node that it's in a square with is in your 10th house of responsibilities, career, how you're seen in the outside world. It's at the top of your chart. It's you and your public life, authority, personal ambitions, your reputation. The North Node has a focus on family and home and your living situation, your personal life. It's your, it could be your country, traditions. Now, having Mars square the nodes within these two areas of your life, it's Mars is creating this tension point in your close relationships. I'm going to bring in the topic of open enemies and exes also, because the 7th house is you and other people. It's you and having these tense moments with people that you are in close relationships with. It makes you feel more assertive or even combative with partners. The North Node in your 4th house is saying, can you focus on your emotional security? Can you resolve any familial issues that could be coming up? While the South Node at the top of your chart with your 10th house is suggesting how can you let go of some of your old career ambitions that just no longer align with your personal values. This transit is encouraging you to find the balance between your personal relationships, your home life, and your professional aspirations. Mars squaring the nodes is this powerful moment of karmic growth where you can align who you are partnering with or who you are in alignment with business partners, significant other, best friends, clients, and how do you channel this energy constructively? It's going to offer you this chance to address any unresolved issues that come from the past and take this decisive, emotionally mature steps towards future growth for yourself. So Capricorn, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, Mars is now moving into your health sector. The sixth house is your mental health, your physical health. It's where we find a mentor or a guide. It's how are we of service to ourselves and how are we of service to other people. It's our job, our workplace. It's self-care. Mars is in a conflict here with the South Node in your ninth house of travel or higher learning, publishing things, legal matters, cross-cultural experiences, and the North Node in your third house of your day-to-day learning and who you connect with on a day-to-day basis. The third house is the house of communication and short-distance travel with neighbors and siblings and cousins. And so Mars being placed in your sixth house puts the spotlight on your work life, your day-to-day routines, your health, your habits, finding a balance between home and work. You might feel this strong urge to take action in these areas, but the South Node in your ninth house is asking you to truly release any outdated beliefs that you may have or some philosophies that you are still holding on to. The North Node in your third house is encouraging you to focus on improving your communication style with your everyday interactions. This could be with people that you meet at the grocery store or at the dog park or in your neighborhood. This is going to be a time that you're going to want to strike this balance between your practical responsibilities and expanding your mind through learning and communication. This could be through classes or workshops. Mars in your sixth house squaring your nodes here is going to be this powerful moment of karmic growth where you can move towards a better you to improve your day-to-day living, especially if you can channel it constructively. It's going to offer you this chance to address any unresolved issues that come from the past of where I've given too much or I've not taken care of myself enough or I haven't made myself the priority, and take the decisive, emotionally mature steps towards your future growth. So Aquarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, Mars is currently in your fifth house of children, the house of creativity, the house of lovers and romance. It's where we want to take a risk. The fifth house revolves around topics of excitement and dating and creative pursuits and creative outlets. Mars is in a square with the North Node in your second house of your personal resources, your cash, your property, your skill set. It's what you need in order to feel secure, and your South Node is currently in your eighth house of your shared resources. It's you connected with other people, whether it's through money and resources or it's through deep bonding experiences. So this could be business partners, significant others, exes, or it could involve family. Now, having Mars in the fifth house is really energizing you wanting to tap into your creative pursuits, you wanting to initiate romance and self-expression. You might feel more assertive, you might feel more competitive, willing to take a risk, go out on a limb. But the South Node in your eighth house and the North Node in your second house is pushing you towards wanting security, wanting to work towards shared intimacy and these shared resources. This personal attachment, wanting to have a connection with somebody, but wanting to feel secure in what is that connection, moving towards emotional transformation, intimacy. This transit is challenging you to balance your creative passions with your deep emotional and financial responsibilities that you feel that you have within yourself for security or within others where you are connected with others. This could be through investments of your own personal investments of time or money. This Mars squaring the nodes is going to be this powerful moment of karmic growth where you can focus on what brings you joy and pleasure. putting your needs and making them a priority, especially when it's channeled constructively. This is going to offer you this chance to address any unresolved issues where you are putting yourself on the back burner and taking the decisive, emotional, mature steps towards your future growth of making joy and pleasure a day-to-day habit. So Pisces, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, you can check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates and insights.